Well, welcome back. Here we are with another great interview. I'm John Kenney with Kenney Attorneys and Consultants. And today, at this time slot, I have my guest, Lisa Pate, who is Executive Director for FRSA. Lisa, how are you today?
I'm doing well, John. Yourself?
I can't complain. A beautiful day out there. So, Lisa, as Executive Director of FRSA, I've known you personally ever since I've moved to Florida, so it seems like forever now. Great working relationship. You do fantastic things for the industry.
Thank you.
I can't say enough accolades about everything you do. And again, it's from a personal standpoint, I've known you for so long. I know FRSA is getting ready to come up on the 100-year anniversary, which is, wow, that's super amazing, right? An organization being around that long. So we have a lot of people watching today, different aspects in the industry, but if the roofing contractor kind of jump in a little bit, what maybe they could expect to see out of this 100-year celebration.
Well, we're going back to our original meeting place. In 1922, we met in Daytona Beach at our first real organizational meeting. Fortunately, the hotel is still there. So we're going to try and do a group shot of everybody at that hotel, the VIPs, to integrate with that session. We're doing a lot of different things this year for 100th. We're trying to redo the schedule, do more social events. We are asking members to donate old tools or old pictures they have so that we can relive the history and show where we began our industry and where we are now and how far we've come and what a successful industry this has been.
Yeah, I can't even imagine Daytona Beach in the 1920s. It had to be a wild place, wild west of Florida.
Absolutely. And it's funny because during that time they were doing the races on the beach. So NASCAR did start on the beach. And we're real excited to have this opportunity to reach out to so many companies that have been with us for almost 100 years and who have shared their stories with us and their memorabilia. And we've been working on this probably for about 2 years now, knowing that this would just be a blowout event for us in our industry.
That's great. Well, I'm a huge fan and collector, and so is Trent, of roofing history. So I'm sure we've got some stuff Florida oriented. We'll be able to contribute some nice stuff too for you guys to have.
Absolutely. We're even open to borrowing it and putting it on display. So
absolutely, be happy to help out on that. That'd be great. I love history.
Oh.
So that coming up here, we're into April. We got a convention. You're actually, I think, one of the first associations to launch the live coming out of COVID. I know an association, we were on the meeting not too long ago going over it. It seems like you got everything very well planned. It's happening in July, I believe.
Right, July 21st through the 23rd, and we'll be at Gaylord Palms Resort in Kissimmee. We've revamped it with our executive committee, thought about all the components that go into a convention expo, what it was safe to have, and we revamped the schedule. So we'll have the sporting events, which are outside anyway, so those should be safe for people to participate in. We've got fishing, golfing, and then pistol and clay shooting tournaments. And then we focused mainly on the seminars because contractors need those CE credits to continue their licensure. So we've got 25 seminars planned, 30 total hours of seminar credit. And then we've eliminated the social events because obviously you can't be 6 foot apart in a bar or at a welcome reception. Yeah. People won't keep their masks on. The hotel is really stringent about our guidelines for it because they're owned by Marriott International. And Marriott has a policy that worldwide, this is how events are held in their facility.
Well, I think it's just exciting. We get to have a live event. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And you're right about the education. I know we have people from all over listening, but you're a Florida roofing contractor. You got to take advantage of going over for the education for your license. It's absolutely fantastic. And look at it this way, it's the first time in a long time we all get a chance to get out on that show floor and walk around and see each other and not looking through these Zoom screens that we do all the time. So looking forward to some face-to-face contact, socially distance, of course.
Yes. And that's been a big thing for us is we've had contractors reaching out to us. Are we going to have our event this year? And so in the April issue of Florida Roofing Magazine, in the center, we included the convention program And we'll do so again in June, just so everybody gets the word out that we are planning safe distancing. We're taking all the safety protocols that the Gaylord/Marriott are requiring us to have. And then we are also doing masks. We're encouraging social distancing. We're setting our seminars up so there is that distancing within each seminar. And we're doing the same at our officer installation dinner, where we'll be distancing people at banquet tables.
That's really good. And I think too, it's going to be, the vaccines out there. I'm not promoting. I will tell you, I got the vaccine. I was happy to jump in line to get my 2 shots. I finished up yesterday. To me, it's just anything I can do to help get us all back to normal. I understand, it's not about whether you want to get it or don't get it. I don't care. It's all up to everybody. But the point is, I think the whole country's moving forward finally to a point where we got a mix of everything happening again, which is pretty exciting. I know here in Florida, we've been luckier than a lot of states. We've been pretty much open. Have you heard back? What's feedback from contractors as far as from my standpoint? I think everybody stayed fairly busy through this pandemic. How have you guys heard it as an organization dealing with all over the state? Anything to add on that?
No, and that was our experience as well, because they were deemed essential workers from the beginning. That they've stayed busy the whole time. Now we're dealing with the material shortages. So there is some backlog, and there's the hurry up and wait, get those contracts signed, get people lined up, but informing the consumers that yes, there are material shortages. It will take a while before we get some of that product in. But for the most part, our contractors have been busy up until probably the last 2 or 3 months when the main material shortages and price increases happened.
Yeah, it seems like a roofing industry, we never really do get a total break. We go from running through the pandemic as essential workers and dealing with all that. Now you're right, we have the material shortages, which is not localized. It's absolutely not only in the United States. I talked to Bob up in Canada the other day, on the interview earlier, and he's got the same facing up there with the roofing contractors. So I think we're in it for a while. I knew McKay and NRCA, he seems to think it may go into third quarter, and I can't disagree with that as well. I think he's got a good insight into it. But then we have our hurricane season coming up, and I think this year they actually moved the dates back. From what I understand, they actually jumped her back 15 days, mid-May.
Which is last year, if you remember, we got hit early.
Yeah.
Last May with our first hurricane. I see this one as being no different. There are a lot of homes that will be open that need to be buttoned down or have some type of tarp or some kind of protection from the elements. But that was one of the things we used. One of the tools with the governor and with the DPR last year is that yes, we have COVID, but roofing needs to stay essential because we have hurricane season around the corner. And then with roofs open, so much consumer harm can be done. So the governor agreed and kept roofing essential. So that was helpful for us.
Yeah, and FRSA has the in-house. You got your own technical, always working for the proper, not only just for the roofing industry. I mean, advocate for the homeowner, the building owner. I mean, it's great. You guys are out there leading the charge and keeping everything, I like to say the way it should be, right? And I guess that's why you're celebrating 100 years, which is great. I mean, most organizations can't say they've been around for that long. So, and especially back in the 1920s, things were a lot different then. Their material shortages were probably railroad cars and everything at that point. Crazy, but I'm sure they were coming out of the pandemic of the 1918 to 1920. So really, FRSA started in the boom of the 20s, which is, God, I can't wait to see all the history you guys are going to have out on that.
Absolutely, and through the wars and material shortages for those, and then to where we are now, it's just been an amazing history and a awesome journey. We've got the first 50 years documented. We'll be documenting the next 50 for our convention. We'll have a book of 100 years of FRSA. So we're excited about the industry, the Sorry, John. We're excited about the industry and the progress we've made as an industry in a whole.
Sure.
And
No, excellent. So one last thing I want to touch on, I'd love for you to promote that out. You know, for anybody who doesn't know, you're in a new building. And I've seen you have a fantastic training center over there. And I know you host a lot of events and different things to the industry. And now with us coming out of pandemic, I'm sure you're going to end up getting booked solid here soon. With everybody getting back at it. So, you know, give a great little pitch for what you got going over there. I know it's fantastic. So
absolutely. Thank you, John. We do have a training center, and currently we're allowing 24 people in, and that still gives us space to social distance. We've already had a little over a dozen events in the training center. There's one in there today. They're also doing outside, which we have pop-up tents, and they do outside demos for the manufacturers that have product that they'd like to train on. So we're really excited. Once COVID is over with and mask restrictions are off, we'll be able to fit about 48, maybe 50 people in the training center comfortably. So we're excited about that, and want to get back to training the roofing apprentice guys in there, the FRSA seminars that we teach through Mike Silvers, and just the industry seminars and training programs.
yeah, it's great. It's like I said, you got the history, you're staying ahead, you're always innovating. It's very helpful to the industry. So one last thing I'll touch on, then I'll turn it over for closing remarks. So, you know, FRSA has affiliate organizations, and, you know, I belong to one of them and working in that. That's how, you know, we became to know each other through that. So I think the chain of the FRSA, the information going down to the affiliates, out to the local roofing contractors, couldn't be better. So you guys are doing a great job on that. I just want to give a shout out for that.
Thank you, John. And, you know, we look for NRCA to take everything on the federal, national level. We do the state level, and we're dependent on the affiliates to do the local levels. But it's all a sharing of information and partnering together to get that information out and to work together on whatever problems there are in the industry.
Yep. And you always got great listening ears. You do listen very well to the affiliates, and you take everything. And, you know, Mike with the technicals always working to get it better. And you have the committees. It's fantastic. Great setup. One of the finer organizations I've been a part of.
Oh, thank you, John. You're so kind. I appreciate the kind words.
Well, it's well deserved. So we're running near the end here. So Lisa, kind of want to turn it to you. Anything that we didn't cover, closing remark, anything you want to get out there that I forgot to ask you about?
The only other thing I would like contractors to know, if they're a non-member, we have to have you join us. We offer so much for roofing contractors. We handle the business portion, and we take care of a lot of that so that you can run your business. We do legislative work, we do lobbying work, we do code body work, so that everything is in the end, and thanks to Kenney, you guys are one of our partners in facing those code boards and those regulations, is that we try and get everything so it's easier for the roofing contractor and industry specific. We offer workers' comp for anybody who needs workers' comp insurance. We have a credit union that provides roof loans, so that if you're a member, and you have a consumer or customer that can't afford to do a roof loan, they can partner with us and get that loan. We have an educational foundation that develops and teaches course material, everything that's roofing specific. So we offer a lot to a contractor, and kind of our motto is we're a one-stop shop for everything you need to run your business.
So if you're not a member, you need to be a member. You heard it all here today. So I can't say this enough. There's plenty for everybody out there. So if you're not a member, please join. Well, that being said, we're coming to an end here. Lisa, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to do this interview with us, and look forward to seeing you here in a couple months live.
All righty, John. Thanks so much. And
Okay. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.